Hi guys, I'm Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children are still here at home. So today we went grocery shopping. This is part of the Pantry challenge in which I allotted myself $150 a week, and I went way over budget. Yeah, I did. I'm super tired too. I went to bed at 2:30 this morning, and then I woke up at 6 this morning to go to the city, which is 2 hours away. And then we had an appointment, went to the library, the children's museum, and this store here. But I will show you what I got today, and I will explain why I'm okay with my budget that I did. And I know that the last 2 weeks that I went shopping, I ran under budget, but this still went over, and I'll tell you at the end exactly how much we went over. So here's what I got. Just kind of the overview. I shopped at a little store. It's actually not a super little store. It is a store in the city that is, I believe that it's Mennonite run still. It used to be, but that's like, I've been going here like 10 years, and I don't always go there because usually I have to go here and then I have to go to a bunch of other stores. But I have this theory, like, you know how I said in a couple videos lately that feeding my children and feeding myself like real foods, we've really been eating less. So I thought that maybe if I like upped quality of certain things, then maybe we'd be getting more nutrition, and then it would still all work out in the end. So that's kind of where my focus was today. It's hard, guys. It's really hard. Okay, so I have my receipt here just so I can see how much I spent, because I can't remember on a lot of these things, to be honest with you. Alright, let me see. We got this. Guess we're kind of going backwards here. Okay. So these cheeses right here, I ended up getting, these are raw milk cheeses. Now, I cannot get any of this near us. So these are made from grass-fed cows. Now, we make our own cheese as well. We do not have enough to make like Parmesan and cheddar, but we are currently making mozzarella cheese and feeding a calf. So this is, let's see, $11.49 a pound. So this was $9.31. So I got, let's see, 5 of those, and then I got 2 Parmesans, and these were $12.85 a pound, so that was $10.54 a piece. Now this is for us to try to see if the kids, they've never had this cheese before, we've never had this cheese before, and see if they enjoy this cheese or don't enjoy this cheese. Obviously, it is so much healthier, but is it worth, like, my budget has to stay the same, and that's not like pantry wise, pantry challenge wise, whatever, but I can't like up my budget so I can buy raw cheese. If I changed my diet around and like if I chose this, then I would like not choose something else, or I'd choose something else differently, if that makes sense. So I want to see if it is worth us making a change, or at least making a change for some things that we do. Okay, so that is where I am at with that. I got these tangerines. There was actually no bags. Our state has no bags for anything, and I forgot everything, and I need to work on doing that. So let me see. These were $2.39 a pound. These right here were $2.39 a pound, which I don't think is a bad price for organic mandarins. So they're actually a bigger size. Like a cutie is a lot smaller than that. So they're a pretty big size. So that, the grand total for those were $15.13. So I thought that would be good just for a treat for everyone to, because we all know that things, we need vitamin C this time of year. We need vitamin C. Okay, tried these organic carrots. We buy organic carrots anyway, but we usually buy them from like Sam's Club, And honestly, the price was not too bad. This was 2 pounds and it was 5. Oh, let me see. I want to say 5 something a package. And I cannot see that right off the bat. It is 5 something a package. I think it says it on there. And that would be a negative. It was 5 something a package, so it was like $2.20 or something like that a pound, which is not bad for organic carrots. These are grown in Maine as well. So we also got these apples, and these were not a bad deal. For us, organic apples are usually around $3 a pound, and these were $4.45 for 2 pounds. So yeah, I think that's a good deal actually. So that's why I got 6 bags of those gala apples. I got 2 of these blueberries. I thought they'd be a treat for tomorrow morning for the kids. So those were $5.99 for, I don't know how many ounces that is. It's 1 pint. So $5.99 for a pint. Arugula. I want to put arugula in our smoothies this week. There's lots of health benefits to arugula, and I saw it and I have not seen it at the grocery store for a while in our area, so I am going to add that to our smoothies this week. I've been using dry powdered mix of kale for our smoothies, so I just thought for this week that would be a good, I mean the prices are okay. They're $1.65 and then $2.53, so we'll have those. So then I found salad. All of these mixed greens were half off of the price. So like this one was $7.02, it would have been half off that. But the lady actually that was there, she was standing next to kind of the cashier and she's like, oh, just give him that bag. Just give him that bag. So I think about 4 of these bags were actually just gifted to us because they thought maybe they looked a little too, like this right here looks wet. So like that leaf will have to get picked out. But honestly, we are going to be like eating that salad really quick. So I don't see it as being an issue, to be honest with you. Okay, we got seaweed snacks. The kids love these. So we'll probably take like 2 of these. Let me see how many are in here. I usually buy the smaller ones on Amazon. These are under 1 carb. Okay, so this, I usually would do 2 packages of this, and then like the kids, they come out in like sheets, and then the kids would just eat them like that. And so it would be like 2 for a snack time, maybe 3. So I got 6 here, and those were not bad. I think there were 4. Let's see. Oh no, they're only 2. Is that right? Yeah, those are only $2.19. Yeah, I didn't think they were a bad price. That's even better. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but seaweed is very, very high in iodine. And it's a no-carb snack. I'm trying to see if it has, I guess iodine is something that they don't count. But if you look it up, iodine is found in seaweed at really high levels, which is really good. It's good for, like, if you have hair falling out or anything like that, iodine is really important for that. Okay, the first thing that we saw when we walked into the store was this. And I was like, oh, that looks so yummy. I have not, the last couple sauerkrauts that I made, I haven't been paying close enough attention to it, and it has molded. And yeah, I just was like, oh, I really would love some sauerkraut. So that is that. I think we actually might do like a special treat tonight and do like hamburgers and sauerkraut. That'd be really yummy. Okay, so I got this. I kind of have a plan, not quite sure. We shall see about that, and you guys will see that if I do that. And then I got 8 dozen eggs. These eggs were $5.99 a dozen. So I think like the story of my life is eggs. Not really, but we eat a lot of eggs. We have chickens, which are not laying right now, which is very frustrating. But I think once you have real eggs, then it's hard to buy store-bought eggs. And we've been buying like store-bought, just cheap eggs from Sam's Club or whatever. And the eggs, like you go to crack them and the shell's like falling apart in your hand. And like we know ethically like where they come from. It just depends on what the budget is that week and whatever. These were here. I was buying the cheap ones because the organic ones inside of Walmart were actually just as cheesy. Like they were horrible. So I was like, if I'm going to pay the price of organic eggs in Walmart, then they better be nice. I mean, they were like pale yellow, the yolks were. I want some orange yolks. So anyway, I got 8 of them. I'm hoping for good things from these. These are all local farms, so I'm hoping that those are good eggs. Okay, so other things, and this is really kind of where I steered away from most of this, aside from the cheese. The cheese, I'm probably going to do 1 a week, and then we'll see. This would only be like if we're having special dishes. So this right here will last probably over a month. I already have the other cheeses. I just want to like try that out. So I was okay buying that as a trial, because if I did do something at Azure, I would want to do something similar to that. And I also want to see how comparable the price is, because I could not find raw cheese before, and now I have found the raw cheese, so I'm kind of excited about that. So I just want to see how it is. Other things were, I found these, and these are really cool. So these are keto friendly. If you do not know, I have a daughter who is type 1. So we are trying, we recently found that out in the end of September. So we do, most of our snacks would be keto snacks. So yeah, I was pretty excited about these. And the total carbs were 6. Anyway, so I was kind of excited about these. And this was another thing that's an issue, in our area, in our house, whatever it is. I can probably order these in, because I have ordered things in from this company, from this store before, and they're really great about it. But this was like all they had on their shelf. And for us, this will do like maybe a month. So yeah, I want to try these ones out, see how they work, and then that might be something that I put on my list for the grand scheme of things list when I do a massive either shopping or if I do whatever through Azure. I wanted to test the products that I can get here, because I have to factor in the cost of gas and all that type of stuff as well. So let's talk about these. These are pork rinds. Pork rinds are under 1 carb. I'm trying to think. Anyway, these are like ethically raised without antibiotics, made with skins from pork. I need to figure out how to make pork rinds. That's another thing I need to learn. I am always learning. This bag is a sweetener that we do use, and it was really, it was $19.99, 0 carbs. So I'll use this just like I would use monk fruit. I can only get monk fruit here. I could only get this. Well, I could get this or monk fruit, but this is a lot cheaper. I honestly do not know the difference between the sweeteners at this point. I need to do some more research. But currently, I am okay with doing either of those for sweet pea. I try to stay away from sweets as much as possible and use that as little as possible. A cool thing that we found was this. On a type 1 group, somebody talked about the unbread and the unbun and how they really are carb, I don't know if you call it carb friendly or what you would call it, but these do not affect your blood sugar the way that other carb products do. So I thought that she could have this. I already have my sorghum starter to make sorghum sourdough bread, and I think I'm going to try my first loaf of sourdough bread tomorrow. So I was thinking that she could have like this with soup, and then we could be doing the sourdough bread for ourselves. So this will actually last her, I would say, almost 2 months, the 3 loaves, because it's only going to be like 1 slice, and then I'll just freeze the rest and take 1 slice out at a time. Now, I got this for cheese making, and I got this. I don't know. I was looking at cheese recipes the other day, and I was thinking that this was one of the things that I needed, but I'm not entirely sure if it is or isn't. I have to look at that recipe again. And then I got a kombucha starter. I do not know why I got a kombucha starter, because I can make my own kombucha starter, and I have done that. And I don't know. I was actually looking for water kefir. I was looking for a water kefir solution, and that was right there. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll do kombucha instead. And then like on the way home, I was thinking, why did I buy that? I could have just made a kombucha starter. So that's kind of where I am at with that. But I really want to do water kefir and get back into that routine. So the grand total for all of that stuff was $366.39. So yes, over budget. Definitely over budget. So thinking though that I can probably go with a lesser budget next week. Yeah, I think I can probably do that. Because I've already gone with a lesser budget for 2 weeks. 1 week was only $68. I don't know. Anyway, some of this stuff is going to carry me a few weeks, and it's definitely not my normal $1,500. And some things I wanted to try out, because my theory or whatever, what I'm trying to figure out is if it's going to be worth it for me to do one of my reasons for the pantry challenge is to see if it's going to be worth it for me to do Azure, because Azure is about 4 hours south of me. So if it would be worth it for me to make that trip. So one of the things that I would be getting at Azure would be the chocolate chips. Another thing would be raw cheeses. And then again, like if Azure doesn't have it, that's like a whole nother side. Like if Azure doesn't have it and I go 4 hours and then get there and then they don't have it, that's going to be like frustrating too. So I'm just trying to figure out all my options, all my stuff. Pretty sure that I saw a sign the other day when I was driving back, and a farm about an hour from here, an organic farm, they actually had their sign out that they were open on Saturdays. And I've been there before, but only during the summertime, so I'm not quite sure if what they have. So I want to check that out as well and just see where I'm at. I want to try to just be more focused on what I'm buying, more focused on the ingredients that I'm putting into everyone's bodies. Since we've been, little update I guess, since we have been outside more and eating this way, 2 things. We have not gotten sick since November. We kept getting sick back to back to back. But that said, we also have not gone to church. And that sounds horrible, but it seemed like every time we were going to church, somebody was sick. And yeah, we just decided that we were going to do home church for a little bit over the winter and then start going back in spring. 2 reasons. One, we run wood stoves, and our church is far away, so our stoves would completely die out and we'd have the heat in our house is just mainly wood stoves. We could kick on oil, but then it would be, I don't know, it's just weird with the wood stoves. Anyhow, we were just trying to decide what we were going to do there. So this is what I got. I think I'm okay with it. I really am. I feel like what I got is really good ingredients. So I think that that makes my heart sing. It makes me happy that I'm going to be feeding my family these lovely ingredients. And yeah, I'm going to make some sourdough bread. We are getting out and getting active more. We went to the museum today, and I listened to a couple of great podcasts. I got 2 good books from the library. The books that I got, actually, I'll show them to you real quick because they're right in my bag over here. All right. In my bag, I have these 2 books. I interlibrary loaned these books, and I'm pretty excited to read them because I'm all on this whole outside thing. So there's no such thing as bad weather. I listened to a podcast from the mom who wrote this book. She's actually been on a couple different podcasts, so I'm excited to read this. And then I'm sure most of you have heard about 100 Hours Outside, and I'm pretty excited about that book too. So I have those two books there, and I'm going to show you. Are you ready? I sold these. This is not trash. These are 3 trash bags full of yarn, and I am mailing them out. A really sweet lady, she bought these, and she asked, please, can you mail those out to me? But she wanted to order some of those bags. Those bags that like suck out the air. So she ordered those and sent them to my house so that I could put all of these yarns in it for her. And so they're sitting there, but I am going to show you. I'm pretty excited. My mom, she bought the kids snowshoes, like to walk on snow. She bought our family those for Christmas. And the younger kids, they didn't have the younger kids size at this place that we went. It's like a discount place. And so they didn't have the younger kids size. She says, well, let me know. I can always order theirs online. And I was thinking, or if there's something else or whatever that might be interested to help you guys get outside more. And so I had something in my cart for a while. And I used to have a 4-seater stroller. I actually am just, it's on my porch. I'm giving it, well, I'm selling it to a friend who has twins and a toddler because it'll be good for her. It's really hard to push on rough terrain, but it was great when I used it like in the hospitals or in the city. But I'm pretty excited. I'm going to show you. This was, I got to build it. So once we build it, I'm going to take some pictures though, because there's some damage right here. So I just want to make sure that I have that like in pictures or whatever in case. But this is like the older model of this, and it was 50% off. And so I told my mom, I was like, if you want to, and she's like, oh yeah, sure. And I was like, oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. Okay, so this can be a stroller, but it also can hook up to a bike and be used as a travel trailer on a bike. I don't know, I'm like older, but then all of a sudden as like an older mom, I'm like, I can do this. Like I was riding like one of my younger kids' bikes the other day because I was trying to see how their brakes were working because they were saying they were sticking. And I was like, you know, I wouldn't mind having a bike myself. So I'm thinking that, and I also saw this thing where you can like put all your bikes along the back of like a truck bed. And then I was thinking I could fit most of them in like that. Anyway, I am really excited. We are going to be going on adventures this year. I want to get out there. I want to enjoy the surroundings that I am blessed with, that God has given us and allowed us to be near. And so we are going to have fun. So I guess that healthy haul and, you know, the burly and all that type of stuff kind of go together. So that is my week, and I am pretty excited about it. So I hope you all have a blessed day. How are the prices in your area? Are you sticking to your budget? Is there a reason that you're not sticking to your budget? Yeah. Y'all have a blessed week.